We put and then we withdraw, then we start again. We miss out on the compounding effect if we had kept that money for, let's say, 5-6 years without take care of you. So the money works on the background, and then so that is passive income, money that is working for you even when you're not working. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you guys are back. For my new subscriber, welcome. For my returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy you guys are back to watch yet another video. So today, this is something I've wanted to do, but time has come. So I read this book, The Psychology of Money, by Morgan Housel. That is the right pronunciation. So I read this book, I think beginning of this year or last year. I'm not quite sure when, but I think it's the beginning of this year. And there's quite wonderful lessons out of this book, and I thought probably let me share the lessons from this book. Okay, so if you're interested, here we talk about money, we talk about finances, we talk about personal development. So if you're interested, kindly stay and join us. So here are some of the, if you see me checking this side, I have my laptop this side because definitely I want to keep my trail of thought in check. Okay, so guys, feel comfortable, take your notebook if you're interested in just taking notes. Yeah, because I talk about how to grow, but it is important that we understand that you're just one step away from growing, one book away from just knowing something better. Okay, so every time you take up a book to read, there's something that you're gonna understand, something you're going to learn. So, and that's why it's important that if you have time, if you have time to actually take up reading as a hobby. If you don't have time, you can listen to audio, I think. Yeah, so you can listen the same book in audio form if you don't have time to read, but always make it a habit that you are always reading something, so that you enrich your life, or enrich your life in that aspect. If you're reading about self-development, if you're reading about motherhood, if you're reading about money, because we like talking about money here, so those are some of the things to enrich yourself. Okay, so I'm going to go right into psychology of money. So number one, the power of compound. Okay, so compounding is the most powerful financial tool, because this is where small amounts of money can grow into significant amount over time, but the key is patience. Okay, so he talks about how when you compound, the power of compounding effect. Let me give an example. I'm gonna get his lesson, and I'm also gonna put my own input of how I understand the compounding effect. Okay, so one of the key area that I've come to realize that can really assist you is especially if you're in Kenya, is your pension or your retirement benefit account. If you take someone who is 25 years old and they're contributing probably 25,000 per month, over the period of their working period, they work between 25 to 65 or 60, and you take the same take another different person who is, let's say, 40, and they want to start contributing 5,000 per month towards their pension. The person who has started contributing when they were 25, the compounding effect they will make more money with the same amount of 5,000 than the person who comes to contribute when they're in their 40s, because of time. Okay, because that money start making more money and making more money over time. So the longer period of time you put your money somewhere and you don't touch it, it grows so much. Okay, so that's why another example that I saw in the book was Warren Buffett started investing in the stock market when he was only 11 years. Okay, he started getting the benefit of the money that he had put in the stock when he was, I think, 50 years old. So are you seeing the money? You can start small, but the compound effect will pay later. But you know, the problem with this society, or how we grew up, is you keep money, then you remove that money. You don't wait it for a long period of time. So even if you're putting money in a circle or a saving, we put and then we withdraw, then we start again. We miss out on the compounding effect if we had kept that money for let's say 5-6 years without actually withdrawing the principal amount from that investment. So what he's basically talking about is money makes sense when you put it for a long period of time. In stock, in whatever place you decide to put the money, you have to allow it to compound over a period of time so that you earn good amount or good dividends over time. Okay, with the same, when I take an example, 25-year-old and a 40-year-old using the same principle, like for example, they are both contributing 5,000, they are both earning an 8% interest on the investment. At the end of 65 years, you will see the difference, the difference amount that each will have because of how long these people have allowed their money to grow. Okay, so the power of compound is the key to financial success. Okay, that's number one. Number two, he talks about wealth is not what you see. Okay, so you see the way we tend to think that people who are wealthy are the people who look wealthy. Okay, so there's a huge difference between truth wealth is not flashy. Truth wealth, people who have seasoned over time and created good wealth, they don't look like their wealth. Okay, so when you save and invest, you build wealth over time. Over time, it's not we know people confuse that people who are wealthy are flashy. No, people who are rich are flashy, but people who are seasoned over time, they don't look like the money. Because and this is my own take, I feel like people who are wealthy don't have time to spend on flashy things. Their money is probably stock in the stocks, it's in real estate, so they don't have money at hand. Their money is kept somewhere, so you might not see the wealth because they don't have it at hand. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, he talks about the importance of financial independence. Financial independence is the ultimate goal where the money works for you, it giving you the freedom and to make choices. Okay, so this is what he's trying to, or what I understood from his book, that most people want financial freedom or financial independence, but so they have to put money in such a way that the money is working for them. Okay, so that you get to a place where your passive income is sustaining your lifestyle, not your active income. When I say active income, I mean your earning month to month is not what is gonna give you your financial independence or financial freedom. It's the money that is accumulated on the background. Money that is working for you on the background is the money that is gonna come and give you financial independence. Okay, money working for you over time gives you the freedom to make choices, different choices. Okay, so most people don't want to work for like until they are 60. Okay, so it means they have to look for instrument of investment in a way that those instrument of investment are able to earn them interest and earn them and accumulate dividends over time, so that they can be able to live off the dividends and off your income. Your active income is not able to sustain financial independence. You have to put your active income into instruments of investment, so that the dividends and the profits from investment are able to take care of you. So the money works on the background, and then so that is passive income, money that is working for you even when you're not working. So when you want financial independence, it means you have to allocate money from your active income. When you get your salary, you have to do probably a 10% or 20%, depending on how fast you want to get into your financial independence. So you have to allocate a certain percentage into your investments so that they start earning money right now. Okay, so that's why they say, out of your income, active income, look for money in such a way that you're putting money aside that will be working on the background, so that when you stop working, that money will come and now sustain the lifestyle that you had. Okay, so keep money, save money, allocate a certain amount of money, but don't pull it out, because as we talked in number one, the power is in the compounding effect when you keep that money over a long period of time. He talks about unpredictable events driving the financial success. So most people have made money out of unpredictable events. For example, COVID. When COVID happened, most people lost their job. when COVID happened, so many organizations were shut down, people were let go. But as much as that happened, funny enough is some people made a lot of money during COVID. People who are in technology, people who are in healthcare, they made a lot of money because of COVID, unfortunately. So you find such unpredictable events come to drive the financial successes to some people, and some people, they go down. There are some companies that really went down and they will never recover. And guess what? There are people who excel during that time. The same way when it happens on our market, 2008 market crash, of real estate market crash, most people lost their property, but people who had money bought property to come and sell later. So that's what he's trying to say in this book. That's what I understand from this book, that some unpredictable event end up driving the financial successes to some people. Okay, so that's why it's important that when people say put money aside for unpredictable, unforeseeable event, that's exactly what the financial world encourages people. Because when people some people might close down their businesses because of economy, okay, but because some people have kept money, they buy into these businesses at a very low margins, and then they are able to sell these companies or sell these things later when the economy picks up. So unpredictable financial events can drive the financial successes. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5, being rich and being wealthy are two different things. Okay? Being rich is having a lot of money now. Being wealthy is having the ability to sustain your lifestyle. You have money now. When you are wealthy, you have money to sustain the lifestyle that you're currently living, and grow your assets over time. When someone wins the lottery, those people who win lottery, yeah, they might be rich at the moment, but they're not wealthy. You just probably went to casino and you hit a lottery and you win a lot of money. Such people, when they don't take care of that money, or they don't put that money, or they spend that money in a way that is not have financial management, meaning they end up buying lavish things. They buy cars, they buy flashy cars, and they buy whatever thing they feel like they want to buy. What happens is, if they're not able to manage their money, they will lose that money, okay, for that time. And that's why you have seen most people who win money, when people win money without financial knowledge, they end up losing money. Okay, but for you to be wealthy, you have to earn money and learn how to invest that money into assets and to stocks and whatever you want to invest that will give you money and cover your current lifestyle and cover your general assets over time. The role of luck and risk. Success in finance often involves both luck and risk. Okay, acknowledging these things can keep you humble. When you acknowledge that you might be good, but it doesn't end up the way you want, and you might take a risk and things just work out. Okay, so he gives an example of Bill Gates. Bill Gates went to Gates, having attended a high school that had computer, gave him an opportunity for him to understand the world of programming and computer skills than anyone who didn't go to a school that had computers. You can imagine, most of us were exposed to the computer world just later in life. You cannot compare yourself to someone who was exposed to the world of technology when they were in high school, or the world of internet when they were in high school. When you get an opportunity to interact with the technology and the computers and the internet, you're probably just like 5 years later, but this person was exposed to these things early enough, so they were in luck, because now him being Bill Gates is because he also had an opportunity that another child might not have, another student might not have had. Okay, so there's that element of luck and risk. So he was lucky enough to be exposed, so he got ahead of other people. Okay, also in the aspect of risk is, most entrepreneurs might have done a good research on their business, might have done, like, they have everything, the ducks in a row, but they end up not still failing in in the business because probably they launched their business during a very hard economic time. You understand? And someone, the same idea, if it was launched when the economy was doing well, it will have performed very well. Okay, so this person risked to do the business during hard times, and that business that does not thrive, it does not mean he did not do due diligence. It just means by the time they were coming to launch, the economy was not supportive of the business. That's how I understand it. So some entrepreneurs fail not because they did not do, their business idea was not successful. It's because the timing of the market was not favorable to that business idea at that time. Yeah, that's what I understand. So not everybody fails because they didn't do a research, or probably it was not a good idea. Sometimes the market, the timing can really not favor you. Okay, so number 7, avoiding lifestyle creep. So we have all found ourselves in a place where your income increases, then your lifestyle also increases. That's just, I don't know how to say it. It's just you can't wait for you to get more money, because as soon as you get that money, you're just looking, you already have a list of what you want to sort of upgrade in your life. Okay, so in most cases we don't know how to avoid lifestyle creep, because our income increases, then at the same time our lifestyle is increasing. When you get a promotion and you get a raise, you might be tempted to upgrade your life, and that's very true for everybody. Upgrade your car, move to a bigger house, move your kids to a different school. That is very that happens in most cases. Okay, but if you maintain your current lifestyle and invest the rest of the money that you have gotten from your promotion, then you're going to build wealth faster. Okay, because I look at most of us, if we had an opportunity to understand the financial management, the money management, how to invest, when to invest, we could actually be very far. But because we learn these things later in life, you are moving as your income was increasing. So you move from this stage, you increase your lifestyle, because you can't wait to live in this particular place. You can't wait for you to move to a bigger house. So every time you get a promotion, you move your life. Okay, but that means we missed out on building lasting wealth, because the money was coming in but being spent equally. Okay, so it's not like you didn't grow over your career, it's just that anytime money came in, you also spend equally. Even now, some people are just waiting for any promotion, any income, and then they will increase their lifestyle, because they already know where they want to live, how big they want to buy the next house, which car they want to buy. Okay, but he talks about, if only you can put that money aside over a long period of time, then you will create wealth. Okay, so number 8, he talks about the importance of long-term thinking. Okay, so when it comes to finances, we tend to do very short-term goals. Every time you do short-term decisions, you derail on your long-term financial goals. Okay, and success. So successful wealth building requires thinking in decades. Okay, and let me tell you, you meet very few people who think in terms of 10 years, 5 years. We are always thinking about this year, next year. In fact, most people think in a yearly basis. Okay, so long-term thinking, the importance of long-term thinking is because you're able to create wealth over a period of time. We say every wealth that is created, any person who created wealth genuinely, it took a long period of time for them to create that wealth. Okay, so but you have to do a plan that projects 5 years from now. Where do you see yourself? 10 years from now, how do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself financially? So but because you do, when you do, every time you do short-term financial goals, you miss out on doing long-term success, because you will always look at money the way it's coming in. The money comes in, you put here and there because it's a very short term, then you move to the next thing. Okay, but he talks about, think about having a long-term projection of your money, like having a 5-year goal of finances going to. Okay, that's number 8. Number 9, he talks about controlling your emotions. I've said, and I'm gonna say it over and over again, how you interact with money is very important. If you interact with money from a very emotional place, from a fearful place, from a greedy place, it will affect you one way or another. Okay, so these emotions can lead you to make very poor financial decisions, and we've all been in that situation where if you're sad, you spend money. If you're happy, you spend money. Okay, when you're afraid, you spend money because you don't want to have money with you don't want to have money because you don't know how to relate with money in your pocket. So as soon as the money hits your account, you're just going to spend because you don't know how to handle that money. Okay, we've also seen people who are greedy, people who don't know their boundaries when it comes to making money. Okay, so they act out of greed. So even here in Kenya, you've seen people who have worked in very high government jobs, but they still end up stealing. They're always found in corruptions and stealing money because they don't know when enough is enough for them. They have millions, they're earning millions, they have businesses that are able to bring in a lot of money, but because they do not know where to draw the line. You know, there's something I learned about in this book. There's a guy, there's a person he was talking about who was very rich, but because of greed, he ended up losing everything because of just, I think a small dealing, like he did deals. You're rich, you're making money, you have a lot of money, but still you end up doing these deals that end up messing you up. Okay, so it's important that you know when enough is enough for you. Draw the line, because if you don't know when enough is enough for you, you end up finding yourself in these things we call deals, bad dealings, and then you end up even losing the amount of money, the work you've done, your name, your credibility, because of it being involved in such things. Okay, make sure, because also when he talks about greed, he's talking about when people have enough but they still want to get more, they end up investing in things that are not even important. Okay, so another thing is the last point. He talks about the value of being humble. Okay, financial successes can actually make you very overconfident, which can be very dangerous. Okay, so staying humble, learning continuously. When you learn continuously, when you allow yourself to be humble, then you learn continuously. Knowing what you know is not and knowing what you know but still staying humble, that's a key to success. Because most people, what they will do once they earn money and then they get a lot of money, then they start being overconfident. So they start investing in things that they don't, because they want more money. So their confidence ends up making them invest in things that they don't even understand. So they end up even losing the money. So you have to make money, invest money, but still stay humble in a way that you're willing to learn. You're willing to be teachable. Yeah, because even people who are not teachable are very hard to maintain wealth. People who maintain wealth over time are people who are willing to listen, willing to learn, willing to understand. This thing I don't understand, I'm willing to understand before I put my money or invest my money in that activities. Let me tell you something. The worst thing I've seen is people who, when they make money in one area and they are so good in that area, when they want to move money in another area, instead of them understanding this market is not the same as the market that they had invested, they just want to come and they come with the same confidence, the same know-it-all attitude from this sector of investment. Like, for example, let me just give an example. Maybe you're coming from the transport sector, where you have public transportation and you're doing really well. So you have, like, let's say 5 buses there, or let's say 5 or 10 buses there, and you are very good in that sector. What I personally have seen is those people wanting to move into real estate because they think they were so good in the public transport industry. They come with their overconfidence with that area, so they move with the same confidence to the next investment, which is not their area of expertise. So instead of crossing over and staying humble and teachable, so that they learn about this area, this new market, this new investment, they lose money. They lose. You've seen people who went into different businesses and then they lost all their money because the overconfidence of one area can make you think you know everything. Real estate is not the same as the public transport. One area of investment is not the same as this other area. Investing in money market is not as same as investing in bonds. Investing in treasury bills is not the same as investing in money market. Okay, so you can't move with the same confidence of from one investment to another. Staying humble, staying teachable is the key for you to grow in another different area if you want to expand your portfolio or your investment portfolio. Yeah, so that's basically what I understood from the book The Psychology of Money. If you want to learn finances, financial freedom, financial independence, any area, if you are struggling with an area of money, then you have to pick up and learn about money. There's no two way about it. So if you're here and you want to really up your financial education, then you pick up books about financial education, because by only by doing that are you able to get knowledge that can propel you to make decisions about investment, about saving, about budgeting, about learning about your relationship with money, what makes you spend, what makes you save. You cannot learn those things if you don't take time to learn about those things. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. If you want to learn more, pick up this book, learn read about it, pick your lessons, because I always say in every book there are lessons to be picked. Pick your lessons, and I hope this video was very helpful. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.